Hello and welcome to this expert discussion brought to you by the Visibility Impact and Profit Giveaway, where top experts share what's working now to build a successful coaching empire with a global reach that makes a massive impact. I'm your host, Stephanie Treasure, and creator of this dynamic event. We have brought together a special panel of experts who have joined forces with me to share resources, paid programs, and insights on what it takes to build and grow a successful coaching empire. At the heart of it, we as a collective force of visionary business owners and entrepreneurs truly want to make an impact and a difference in people's lives. The more visibility you attain, the more people you will reach, the more profitable your business becomes, the more potential it has for growth. And so we're on a mission to showing you how you can become more visible, make a bigger impact, and profit through this event. So today I want to welcome my friend and colleague, Holly Tack, which is one of our front page, she's one of our front page sponsors that has made this event possible. Welcome again, Holly. I'm really, really happy that you've joined forces with us today.
Hey, Stephanie, I'm glad to be back and working with you again and being able to share with everybody.
Great, great, great. Awesome. So let me go ahead and share with folks a little bit more about your background, as you are quite talented, well experienced, and I really want folks to know about the value that you're bringing to the table. And then we'll dive in and share some more value with folks that are joining us today. All right.
Yeah.
So Holly is a veteran copywriter who has helped hundreds of clients get clear on their message, write better copy, and collectively generate multiple seven figures of revenue with their words. As a certified clickworthy copywriter, you can hire her to help you attract high-ticket coaching clients from your email list so that you can scale your income and make a bigger impact with your coaching. So thank you again for being with us. And let's just start by having you share with those that are joining us today a little bit more about you and the work that you're doing in your business currently.
Yeah. So I am the person to think of if you're a coach and you have an email list, even if it's small, and you want to learn how to use that as a way to get clients. Email is definitely not dead. It's still one of the most high ROI activities and things you can do to market your business and actually get in front of people way more than social media is still. So don't think that email is dead. You totally can use your email list, even if it's small. And that's really, you want to think of me if you're looking for help with how to write, how to send things. And also, if you want someone to write for you, that's something I do. But I also have a group program that I'm really loving now that I launched this year. And it's all about helping you learn how to write and what strategies to use to get more visible and make a bigger impact with people on your list. So I have kind of both of those things going.
Great, and I'm in agreement with you, right? We've been, if anybody watching this who's on Facebook would have been the victim or on the receiving end of blackouts or something, going wrong with social media that may prevent or stop your current efforts as it relates to social media marketing. That said, I am a big proponent of marketing on social media, as I know you are, Holly, because I do follow you on your platforms and you share great value. But email, starting with email as the initial way, as a primary way to grow your following and communicate with said following to let them know about the work that you're doing and how they can work with you deeper. I put that at the forefront, and I am totally in agreement with you that email marketing is not dead. It is
No.
a great way to execute launches, stay in touch with your people, share value, and have them see or bring them to a point of urgency as it relates to working with you in a deeper level, working with you in one of your paid programs. So I'm happy that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
So tell us more about being a certified click-worthy copywriter.
Yes, I know.
CCWC, right?
We call it CCC.
Right,
Program, yeah.
CCC. So I want to know what that really means and why it's important to your sales and bottom line.
Yeah. So what really that brought to the table, it's a certification I got last year. And it just means that I've really studied and developed a lot of knowledge around conversion copy principles. Conversion copy is specific to like how to sell with your words. And so there's some, things rooted in human psychology and concepts rooted in like actual just, why does something work year after year for a certain company in terms of their copy or like sending a certain mailer or people have studied that and they have, there's things that you can do to really increase the conversion of your writing. So I've studied that and now I know what those things are. And I almost wish like I would have had it sooner because all of the results I get from my clients when I write copy for them are way higher. And then in my group, I review copy that people write and I can really help them up level it. And so, I just didn't have like that solid of I had some training, but not such a deep training, such a deep knowledge base. And so it really makes me be a proponent of making sure that, there's actually two main like this is one certification and there's another one I know of that a lot of people take that's pretty intensive too, called like conversion copywriter certification from Copy Hackers. But both of those, it's like if I'm going to invest in a copywriter, I'd want to make sure they have some kind of deep training like that. Because a lot of people will just be like, oh, I'm looking for side work and I enjoy writing or I've written a book or they just kind of did some random thing with writing or I wrote in school or I'm an English major. And so then they just start offering copy services. And it doesn't mean that those people don't have any skills, but I just think that they don't necessarily have formal training on like the actual elements that can get people to want to buy. So I do highly recommend looking for people that have that skill set when you want to get help with your copy.
That's great. And really at the heart of it, what I really respect about your work is that if you're not communicating in a way that is clear to your potential audience or your potential clients, your target audience, in a way that's clear to them, in a way that they can relate to you, then you're not going to make the kind of connection that is, that persons need to make when it comes to the buying decision, which can be so complicated. And you won't get anywhere with your efforts, right, as relates to sales and launches and things like that. So I really, really admire the fact that you stay vested, that you stay on top of the trends, that you stay on top of what you need to know to bring the utmost value to your clients as it relates to writing copy that converts.
Yeah. I like really continue to study and learn and actively invest in it too. So yeah, it's good to be on the cutting edge.
Great. Awesome. So what has been working for you and your clients to get more visible?
I would say I highly recommend hosting free masterclasses for your email lists. And, I've been webinar, whatever you want to call it, but that's really been like the best way for people to get more visibility and be able to serve in a free way that kind of gives people a bite to buy more. It's still working for my clients. So even though it might be something you've heard about doing before, are you actually doing it? Because it still works. So that's my question to you. So yeah, that, and I just feel like it gives people a taste of what you're doing, and then you can make them an offer on the back end, and it's a lot easier for them to know if you're the right fit for them. So as a coach, it's something that I really am a proponent of. And I think that there can be too much when you start your online job, your online business. You think like, oh, it's going to be passive. I'm going to set it up so it's automated, and I'm just like going to be really super hands off. I think that was kind of like the in thing. Maybe even, I don't know. I haven't felt like, maybe it's just who I'm following, but I haven't felt it like so heavily promoted these last couple years. But I think like a few years ago, that was really the thing that was kind of like the sexy dream that people had. And I think that it's honestly crap because I feel like people need to, it's like what happened to the human element and the human touch. And so I think when people can bring in that human element, and find like a way of doing it that works for them, then they can have like way more impact with people, even if that person doesn't buy from them. So that's what really, I think Masterclass starts that journey of making an impact for somebody if they want that transformation right now. And then, they can move forward and do a paid offer potentially, because at any given moment, you only have about 3 to 5% of your list that will actually buy what you have to offer at that time. And it kind of shifts, as, and you think about the people you follow yourself, like, one week you're kind of into what they're doing, and then, you don't hear from them, and then you suddenly engage again, and you're like, wow, I want what they have this other week. So it kind of shifts. And so how do we call forward who your 3% is that you can make the most impact for right now? And the way you can do that is by giving them something, free, like doing a free masterclass. So that's really what we do with my clients, and it's working really well.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. I admire that approach because I am a big proponent of live interactive experiences as well.
Yeah.
I tend also to tune out if I'm just getting emails that's not allowing me to either speak with or connect with, or with the person who sends the email, or other persons within that community. So live experiences mean a lot to me as well. And certainly I like the fact that you bring mention to the fact that your list sometimes they're going to go through waves. Sometimes when they're paying attention, other times when they're not. And a great way to kind of bring them back to attention is through a live interactive experiences, and masterclasses are a great way to do that.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. So what's one key way that you encourage your clients to keep the impact that their business makes at the forefront of what they do?
I would say that, there's sort of like different spheres of, who you're impacting. And I think the very first thing that you impact with, well, there's kind of two things that are kind of right there that you impact with your business are people in your personal life, and then also the people you actually serve with what you sell. So your actual clients. And I think that it can be like easy to get hung up on, oh, can I, make a big check donation and tell everyone like I donated to this cause or this thing. But like, how are you actually showing up for the people in your immediate sphere first, and making sure that that's super excellent and the best it can be? And so I think that's where, before we started recording, we were kind of talking about how blessed we are to have such a flexible career path. And so I think, how am I impacting, like this last weekend, I spent, a day going up to visit a family member who's sick, and I was able to do that. And it's just like so easy for me. And I mean, of course, it's a little bit inconvenient. She doesn't live very close to me, but I think like that's a way I can impact like my immediate family that maybe doesn't really know or even necessarily need to care about what I do in my business. Or like with finances, like I was able to give my parents a car last month. It's something I had had on my heart for a very long time. So I just, and obviously you may have other things on your heart than I do, but it's like, that's how I can make an impact with the people like closest to me. And then there's also the people who pay for my services. How can I make an impact for them? And I'm personally trying to, up level like the group program I have, the content, go through a process of that after, having it run for a few months. There's some things I want to update. And then, with my clients, like one of my clients was asking me a question that I wrote some emails for. It's not like in the agreement that I'd be helping him with this part of the process, but I don't mind giving a little bit of extra. Like it don't have to be so rigid about like, this is what it says and you're pushing on a boundary, and within reason, of course. But he was being reasonable. He's just asking a question because he's never done a launch like this before. So I just give and help him in real time, because he's putting together a landing page right now, and it's not going to kill me to spend 10 minutes helping him with that. So anyways, it's just like little things like that to help make a big impact with the people, even if it's only a few that I have in my immediate space. And then from there, I feel that, you kind of have that reciprocity where more people will tell others about you, and then you will increase like the amount of clients you serve. And then maybe you will have that chance to, for me, I have a church that I give lots of money to. So I do that as well. But it's like, or you have a cause or something, and you'll have more finances to be able to give to those things too down the line. So that's really what I think about.
I love it. I love all of what you said. And one of the reasons why I am calling this the visibility, impact, and profit giveaway is that when you are at a point of profitability, there's so much more that you can do. Whether you'll have more to give to a cause or to your church, you'll be able to take more time off that you can somehow, step away from your business and give to the people around you that need you. Or you'll be able to help those high value clients or high end clients who, yes, you have, you're going to have boundaries in everything that you do, but because you're at a point of profitability, you're well paid, you're able to make these concessions to support them, give them that extra touch and that support that they need. whenever and even if and whenever they request something that may not be the usual or the norm, you're able to add value in that way to that experience. So I'm really, really happy that you shared that. Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
Great. So tell us about the high value gift that you have made available for free on this here visibility, impact, and profit giveaway as one of our front page sponsors.
Yeah, so I have a swipe email that can attract clients from your email list when you send it. And what this really came from was an email I wrote from one of my longtime clients in December of last year. So still pretty recent. And that email by itself booked her 30 sales calls. So she has, several thousand of people on her list. And so, proportionally, that's part of it. But I've never had like one email book that many calls from a list. So like percentage wise, so it was really, really epic. And I wanted to basically create that into a fill in the blank template where it just tells you like what to put where in the template, and see if I can give that to other people to help them attract from their list, like the right people for so it's kind of a little different than what we talked about doing a masterclass, because it doesn't really have to do with that. But this is something where, if you just want to attract attention to an offer now and get some people on a sales call, you can use this to do that. And so I kept telling people like, hey, I think I say it in the emails or something, write me when you send this and tell me how it went, and I haven't really, it's free. So I haven't had anyone do that yet. So I don't know if they're not using it or they're just not getting back to me. But I was just thinking last week, like, no one's gotten back to me and told me it worked for them. And then literally within 24 hours, I had like 2 people that messaged me, and like one of them just commented on how amazing, like it was the best swipe they've ever had and they've ever seen. And then this other girl said that she sent it like once and then maybe resent it 1 or 2 times, and she booked 6 calls with it. She has a lot smaller list than my other client, but still like 6 opportunities to possibly make your offer to people that message resonated with sounds pretty good to me. I certainly would not turn it down. So that's what the swipe is. And if you want to grab it, it's a part of the giveaway. And I couldn't think of a better thing to give away.
Great. And this is correct me if I'm wrong, this is a $500 value, this swipe file, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
what I love is the fact that this is something that you can implement right now. If you have an email list, no matter the size, because you did say that it's relative, the kind of results that you're going to receive is relative. But once you have an email list, you've been collecting, you have a free offer and you have persons opting in, you can use this email swipe and start booking some calls and get some more clients booked, correct?
Mm-hmm. Totally. I almost want to reuse it myself. Now that we're talking about it.
Yeah, and I imagine it too. It's one of those, I've seen this file and it's something that you can use repeatedly. So it's not something that's one and done. You can implement it in your business right now. And, a few weeks later, you can implement that strategy again. And as, to our point of what we said before, you're going to have persons on your list that are interacting you right now and not really paying attention. And then another time that you email them, they're all in. So no matter when you use this strategy, you could, I'm sure you can get results where you're able to book more calls and possibly turn some of those calls into clients.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing that. You are one of our front page sponsors for the marketing and sales category. So that's where you're going to find this offer available. Once you go to marketing and sales, you'll see Holly right at the top. Go ahead and click the button that says click here to claim your the kind attracting email swipe, and that will take you directly to a place where you'll be able to secure that and get instant access and be able to implement it in your business right away. So certainly do that and take action with this swipe. And I'm sure, Holly, once they do, they'll be in touch with you because they're on your email list and they'll be able to take advantage of other resources, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I email pretty regularly.
Including the masterclasses that she mentioned before.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to hear about that firsthand and be a part of that experience.
Yeah.
Great. So as we wrap up, what is one takeaway that you want to share with the persons that are watching this who are business owners, entrepreneurs in the coaching, consulting, service-based business space, having signed up for this visibility, impact, and profit giveaway, and looking to truly make a difference with their business, get more visible, and get to a point of profitability?
I would just say get started. I can't tell you how many people I talk to, and I specifically talk to a lot of people about email lists that say things like, oh, I haven't emailed them in 6 months, or I haven't emailed them in, a year, or like something crazy. Not put judgment on it, because we all have life happen. But like, if you're in that position where you're like, you haven't used the visibility channels that you have, whether it's email or social media, then just post, and I'm not a big fan of being like, I'm so sorry, I was, gone for 6 months and here I am, like making a big spectacle about it in that way. But just get started with providing value. And I actually think, back to our previous point, starting to promote a free masterclass is a great way to re-engage people in a soft way, because you're not like, hey, I haven't talked to you in months and now I want you to buy something right away. Like, that doesn't really work either. So that's a strategy you can use. And then if you're somebody who is actually like pretty consistent already on social or email, but you've been like, oh, maybe you want to add on some kind of new platform, or you're on social, but you need to start your email list and you're kind of like feeling a little rub there, then just get started, take the steps, push through that resistance. And, that's really how you can be visible. It's like, I feel like I just feel way better about what I'm up to when I get consistent, and I have periods where I'm not, and I have periods where I am, because I'm a human. And so, if you're in that spot, just get back to it and, commit to one time a week, posting or emailing, and then go from there.
Great advice. Thank you so much for sharing, Holly. Yes, we are all human, and ideally perfect where we'll have our email going out once per week or twice per week, as the case might be, depending on the schedule that you want to maintain. But things happen, and things are happening for your subscribers as well. So yes, if you've been gone for about 3 months, chances are they've had things where they had to kind of step back from the spotlight for 3 months as well. So they understand, they get it. They're adults. Just do what you have to do, get, back on track and start emailing your list frequently, and giving that value and providing experiences for them to hear more about what you offer, and being able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. All right. So thank you again for being one of our front page sponsors and making this event possible. You've brought great value to the table. Again, folks, you can find Holly's gift in the marketing and sales category as you'll see her right at the top. Go ahead and grab the kind attracting email swipe and implement as soon as possible, and start to reap the results from that. All right. And I will see those of you joining me in the next interview. And thank you again, Holly, for joining us.
Thank you.
Great. Bye.
Bye.